Quaxly Community Day is coming up in Pokemon Go, and it brings with it the opportunity to get a lot of Stardust. And by the end of this video, you'll know everything the event has to offer and the best tips to help you make the most of it. So the event takes place on July 20th between 2 PM and 5 PM local time. But what exactly does this event have to offer? Well, for the bonuses, Quaxly will be appearing much more frequently in the wild, and they will have boosted 1 in 25 shiny rates. You'll get 3 times catch Stardust, 2 times catch Candy, 2 times chance for Candy XL. Lures and incense will last for 3 hours, excluding golden lure modules and daily incense. You'll get some snapshot photobomb encounters with Quaxly. You'll get 1 additional special trade for a maximum of 3 for the day, including the seasonal bonus, and all trades made will require 50% less Stardust. Just to note as well, there is an overlapping event which is the Water Festival event, and it does offer increased candy for nice throws or better. Now the way this works is that if you catch with a nice throw, you'll get 4 candy for catching with a great throw will give 5 candy, and catching with an excellent throw will give 6 candy. But I don't know for sure whether this bonus will actually overlap with the 2 times catch candy from the community day. However, if it did, you would be able to get up to 12 candy from an excellent throw and then double that up with a Pinat Berry for 24 candy per catch. And as it hasn't been clarified whether or not these bonuses will stack, we will just have to wait and see, but it is pretty unlikely. And whilst these community day bonuses are good, there are some ways to make them better that I will be going through later on in the video. And evolving Quaxwell from the start of the event until July 27th at 10 PM local time will get you a Quaquaval that knows the charge attack Hydro Cannon. And starting with this event, Quaquaval will be able to learn Aqua Step as well. This won't be a legacy move, this will be a general move it can get just from a charge TM, or you might even get it when you evolve into it. And I will be going through how good Quaquaval is with these moves later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. There will be field research to catch Quaxly that will reward Stardust, Great Balls, and additional encounters with Quaxly. And if you're lucky, you might find some field research that rewards encounters with Quaxly that has a special Delightful Days background. And you can get a guaranteed encounter with Quaxly with this background that also has the boosted 1 in 25 shiny rates from the week-long timed research you get during the event. And these tasks are pretty simple to complete. You just need to catch a Pokemon on 5 different days following Community Day. And make sure to keep your biggest Quaxly for Pokestop showcases that will be available throughout the event. You can also purchase a $2 ticket in the in-game shop, and it will get you additional encounters with Quaxly, a premium battle pass, a rare Candy XL, and 3 encounters with Quaxly with the special background. This special research ticket will also be available for the same price in a Community Day box on the web store, and you will get 5 bonus Ultra Balls with it. So if you are looking to pick up this ticket, you may as well get it from the web store. And there is a way you can get a free timed research that will get you some free premium items as well. So to do this, you need to head to the Niantic Campfire app and check the map of your local area to see if there are any meetups that are being specifically held by a community ambassador for this event. Then when you get to the meetup, you can check in via the Niantic Campfire app and you will receive a timed research. These researches do differ depending on which type of event you're meeting up for, and for a community day in particular, you will be rewarded with 10 Pinat Berries for completing a party challenge. You'll get 5 Ultra Balls for trading 1 Pokemon. You'll get 5,000 XP for catching 30 Pokemon, and for completing all of these tasks, you will get 1 lure module, 1 star piece, and 1 incense. So honestly, some pretty nice rewards. Now with all of these community day bonuses that we will get access to, how can you make the most of them? Well, the main bonus for this event is the 3 times catch Stardust bonus that when paired with a star piece will allow you to get 450 Stardust per Quaxly catch instead of the normal 100 Stardust per catch. So this will be a great time to grind catches using the quick catch method, and it's worth having at least a great level buddy set as your buddy so you can use catch assist when a wild Pokemon knocks back your Pokeball. And it's not only Quaxly that you could be catching during this event to get extra Stardust. Certain Pokemon in this game naturally give more Stardust than others. These are Stardust boosted Pokemon. Pokemon like Paris, for example, that give 500 Stardust per catch, Trubbish that gives 750, and Ordino that gives 2100. So if you do have any of these Pokemon in your field research stack that you haven't caught yet, this would be the best time to do it because the 3 times catch bonuses and the 4.5 times if you include a star piece will also multiply the Stardust of these Pokemon. Also, if you have any evolved Pokemon in your field research stack, then that would be a good time to pick them up as well, because a first stage evolution gives 300 Stardust and a second stage evolution gives 500 Stardust. This again will be multiplied by the catch Stardust bonus of the event. And a 3 times catch Stardust bonus is even better in a community day setting than it would be for other events, because the 3-hour lure module bonus means more trainers use their lure modules. So in more densely populated areas, you often get a lot of Pokestops lured up. And this means there are a lot more potential spawns from all of these lures, and therefore you will be able to catch more to get more XP, Stardust, and potentially shinies. So it is for this reason that I would highly recommend stocking up on Pokeballs as much as you can before the event. And if you do have limited item storage, then you could probably drop some potions, revives, and some berries so you can make space for Pokeballs, because at the end of the day, community days are catching focused events. Stocking up on a lot of Pokeballs, however, could be difficult if you live in areas that don't have many Pokestops. For this, I would highly recommend opening the max amount of gift gifts you can each day leading up to the event. It is also worth using your incense during the event because again, it will be lasting for 3 hours and it will help keep the flow of Pokemon encounters more consistent, especially if you do happen to pass through areas with low spawns during your walk. Also, if you use multiple incense whilst Community Day is active, you can add an extra 3 hours to your incense per incense used. So it's worth doing this if you're going to continue playing after the event ends. Now, as far as adventure effects go, there are actually quite a few options that will help you out in different situations depending on what you want as a player. First, you can use Origin Dialga's Roar of Time adventure effect to extend the duration of your lucky eggs, star pieces and incense that you use on the day. This means you will be able to benefit from these premium items for longer. Another option is using Origin Palkia's Spatial Rend adventure effect, which will extend the radius at which you can encounter Pokemon. This will help you reach more Quaxly in a given area, and it is particularly useful when walking through streets that are parallel to each other because you might be able to reach over and catch Pokemon in the neighbouring streets without having to walk there. It's also useful for reaching Pokemon in places that are off limits that you can't get to. Now, these are both really useful, but you could also use Black and White QRM's adventure effects to help you out with catching. Firstly, Black QRM's adventure effect Freeze Shock will stop Pokemon from moving around as much so you can catch them more easily. It also increases the catch rate of Pokemon by 25%. Alternatively, White QRM's adventure effect slows down the catch circle when it becomes smaller. This can really help you out with getting excellent throws. And this effect does also increase catch rate by 50%, so out of the two QRM adventure effects, I would recommend using this one. And the catch rate bonus does also apply to Pokemon caught via an auto catcher, so if you can't play the event actively, then using an auto catcher with this adventure effect is a good combination. So out of all of these adventure effects, for this event in particular, I probably would recommend using Origin Palkia's, Origin Dialga's or White QRM's adventure effects. Do note as well, there are actually some settings that you can use to speed up your gameplay and catches. In the advanced settings, firstly, you can turn on Remember Last Used Pokeball. This is especially helpful when you want to use Great or Ultra Balls instead of Pokeballs to catch Pokemon, because it means each time you encounter another Pokemon, you will bring out a Great or an Ultra Ball at the start of the encounter instead of starting with a Pokeball and then having to navigate the menu to change it. You could also select Native Refresh Rate, which will give you smoother gameplay because the refresh rate won't be capped based on the game, it'll be capped based on your phone. This could, however, drain your battery a little bit more. And downloading the game assets will speed up encounters because you will have all the assets downloaded to your phone. You won't have to load them each time. This can also help reduce the amount of data you use when you're out playing. And as always, you can get a bit of extra Stardust and XP for taking part in Pokestop showcases. And if you rank highly, you can get premium items like star pieces and lucky eggs that you can use to get more Stardust and XP later down the line. Now, whilst this event is definitely worth playing because of all of the bonuses, is the event Pokemon actually any good? Well, currently Quaquaval doesn't have any meta relevance, but with the addition of Hydro Cannon, it will actually become a decent budget water type raid attacker. So if you don't have many good water type Pokemon, or if you're a newer player, this could be a good community day to play because you will pretty easily be able to get enough candy to evolve a few of these to get some Quaquaval to use for water type raid attacking. In Go Battle League, however, Quaquaval doesn't have much meta relevance, with its ranking being best in the Master League at rank 228. And even with the addition of Hydro Cannon, it doesn't seem like it'll see much of an improvement. Whether or not Aqua Step will be able to help it in Go Battle League is hard to say because we don't know enough information about the move at the time of this recording. Either way, if you do want Quaquaval as a budget water type attacker, or if you just want to try it out in Master League, you will want the 100% IVs. And there are actually some CP values that you can look out for on the day that will indicate 100% IV for Quaxly. So from research, you're looking for a Quaxly with 460 CP, which is at level 15. From the wild at max level of 30, this is without a weather boost, you're looking for 921 CP. And max level with a rainy weather boost at level 35 will be 998. And other than these values that I've mentioned, I would recommend checking your inventory regularly with a 4-star search to see if you picked up any hundos. It's especially worth doing this before you transfer any. And if you are looking to power up Quaquaval, you will need as much candy as possible. And as I mentioned before, the overlapping Water Festival event does have an increased candy bonus. So it is possible we could have that bonus stacked with a 2x catch candy. However, it is more likely that the Community Day bonus will just overwrite the other one. But either way, I would still recommend using Pinap Berries to increase candy gains, and you can Mega Evolve a Pokemon that shares a type with the Pokemon you're catching to increase the amount of candy, Candy XL, and XP you get per catch. And as Quaxly is a water type Pokemon, you could Mega Evolve Blastoise, which will be in Mega Raids at the time of this event. You could also Mega Evolve Slowbro, Gyarados, Swampert, or you could revert Kyogre. And remember to pick whichever one you have at the max Mega level so you can get more candy, XP, and chance for Candy XL. And trading can get you some extra candy depending on the distance between the locations where the two Pokemon were caught. 10 kilometers or below will get you 1 candy and a 10% chance for Candy XL. Between 10 kilometers and 99.9 kilometers will get you 2 candy and a 25% chance for Candy XL. And if the distance is over 100 kilometers, you'll get 3 candy and a guaranteed Candy XL. Remember, you can also do an extra special trade for the event, and you can do an extra one for the seasonal bonus each day of the season. Alternatively, if trading isn't an option for you and you have a lot of Pokemon storage to play about with. You could hold on to as many Quaxly as you possibly can from this community day and transfer them during a 2x transfer candy spotlight hour, and the next one conveniently takes place 2 days after this event on the 22nd at 6 PM, and it features Jigglypuff. Not only that, but for the level 49 requirements you do need 35 platinum medals, and luckily community days are some of the best events for getting a lot of progress on these medals. As Quaxly is a water type, it's a great time to get your platinum swimmer medal if you haven't got it yet, and with the large amount of Quaxly candy you may have or will be able to get from this event, it could be worth evolving some of these to get your platinum scientist medal. With lure modules lasting for 3 hours, it's a good time to work on your platinum picnicker medal, especially if you do play in more populated areas, because a lot of people will be catching off your lures. Remember, you will also get snapshot photobomb encounters with Quaxly during this event, and this will help you progress your cameraman platinum medal. And if you don't know how to get a snapshot photobomb encounter, you just have to go to a Pokemon in your inventory or your buddy, click the camera icon and take a picture of the Pokemon. Then on that picture, Quaxly will photobomb it, and when you go back to the overworld map screen, it will appear at your avatar's location. With all of the trading bonuses, it could be worth trading some Quaxly to help progress your platinum gentleman and pilot medals. And as there are most likely going to be more spawns because of all the lure modules, you might have more chances of running into double XL and double XS Quaxly, and this will help you with your jumbo and tiny collector medals. With showcases being available, it's a good chance to try and work on your showcases star medal if you do happen to win. Getting this medal to platinum is the only way to get an encounter with PhD Pikachu. As the field research is always easy to do on community day, it's usually just catch 3 of the featured Pokemon. It can be very helpful with you getting your Pokemon Ranger platinum medal, and generally field research is worth doing anyway because you've got a higher chance of getting hundos or shundos because of the 10-10-10 IV floor. And with that said, if you do want to know about other events going on now in Pokemon Go, then I recommend checking out these videos on the screen now, and I'll catch you in the next one.